time for my November wrap-up. I read 5 books this month, and hopefully you'll all stay tuned. Yeah, I have a lot of books, and I hope you guys will like it. Alright, so as many of you know, I started out reading another Wheel of Time book. I usually start out reading Wheel of Time books to open up my month. And this month, I read Towers of Midnight, and I absolutely loved it. I have a review for this book it's practically 30 minutes. I was bubbling with thoughts to be prepared for A Memory of Light that I'm going to be reading next month. I was bubbling with thoughts from this one. I really loved the Perrin and Matt storylines in this book. And to some earlier readers, this is like shocking. You know, like if I told you what was happening, I'm not evil, I'm not going to spoil it. But y'all will love this book, and this really has a lot of payoff in this book, and I'm so excited for A Memory of Light that I'm going to be reading next month. I really love that book. It was a big chunker, so it took me a while. Next book I read was Rebel's Creed by Daniel Green. I had a lot of problems with this book. I gave it like a 3-star, 3.5 star. I definitely liked it a lot, but this was a much more slower attempt at his book or reading a book from Daniel Green, and I thought it wasn't as good as Breach of Peace, but I see a lot of the strongness, and there's still a lot of patches in his writing. Like some of the patches are like some paragraphs are way better written than others. Still a lot of inconsistencies, but I'm glad he's making the smaller trilogy before he knocks out with the main trilogy, which I'm sure those books will be really amazing. So, yep, read Rebel's Creed. Thought it was okay. I mean, I recommend you reading Breach of Peace and just trying this one out, but I don't think you'll like it as much as Breach of Peace, in my opinion. I really loved Breach of Peace. The next thing I read was the Foundation trilogy. As you told you, my TBR, I'm doing like from trilogies, I'm doing 1 book a month. I just finished the last Foundation book, which was Second Foundation, and I'm really happy I did read this. It's not the most enjoyable trilogy of all time, but it's really informational, and it's really good to see where science fiction all started, and I'm going to do a Why You Should Read Foundation pretty soon here. And yeah, I really liked the whole trilogy, and yeah, definitely recommend you reading the trilogy. And I finished Second Foundation this month. The one thing I read I did not review on the channel, so I'm going to do a mini review here, which is, I read it for school. It is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton, and this is one of my favorite books I read for school in a long time. I really enjoyed myself with The Outsiders. This follows like a bunch of people in the 60s with the greasers and the socios and the social class war. And I really love how it ended. I really love how they showed loss. I really love how it changed the YA genre. This is one of my favorite YA books because it's not like a YA book, and it really just changes a lot, in my opinion, for the genre. And I really did enjoy it, even though I had to read it. And yeah, I'm dressed up as a sos one day if you want to see that. Pretty stupid. Yeah, that was my time with The Outsiders, and I really enjoyed it. Definitely recommend. I love all the characters here, and I love how like brutally honest it is. And yeah, The Outsiders is a very good book I had to read, but still, even though I was forced to read it, I did really enjoy it. The last thing I'm currently reading right now, today is Eye of the World. I'm still November right now, and I'm about a quarter or a little bit more than a quarter of the way through it for the reread, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm having a fun time so far. It has really been one of my favorite, enjoyable. It's so enjoyable, and I had so much more fun than I did the last time because I can see so much stuff that they're starting up. They're foreshadowing. I see so much foreshadowing, which is really crazy. So I'm really having a fun time with Eye of the World, and it's just, I'm super excited. Right before I get into Memory of Light, I'm having a fun time reading Eye of the World, and I'm going to be reviewing that once, as someone from the perspective of having almost completed the series and going back and reading Eye of the World. That's my perspective, which is probably going to be a little more positive because as a book, this is probably the best book, but as looking back on it, looking at all the payoffs, will be really great, and that's really fun to do in the Eye of the World. So those are all the books I read. As for shows and stuff like that, I watched The Wheel of Time, the first 4 episodes that came out. I watched the first 2 episodes of Hawkeye, just some random stuff like that, and not a lot of anime and manga this month, mainly because I can't find The Next Promised Neverland at any Barnes & Noble ever. I'm finished with number 5, and I can't find number 6 for the life of me, so I'm going to need to buy that eventually. And yeah, I'll pick up on Promised Neverland, hopefully. And I've been watching a lot of One Piece. I'm right now, like, I'm in Sky Island right now. And I'm ready to go into Water 7. I'm just like, I'm having a fun time with One Piece, but with the anime, not like the manga for some reason. Because I've watched so much in the anime, when I read the manga parts of that, like, it's just boring because I've just watched it all lay out. And I've already seen this happen, so it's not as fun for me. So I might just pick up on the manga where I left off on where I left off on, like, the anime. But tell me if that's a good idea in the comments if you One Piece fans. Because I don't know if I should be doing that, but I don't want to, like, read the whole manga up, like, from, like, where I left off, because that's a lot. So that's what I read in November. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely subscribe. We're on the road to 200 subscribers, so hit subscribe so we can do that. I think I might be doing a Q&A for when that happens. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Peace out.